I think prevention can look like a lot of different things, and I feel like it's really hard to have one size fits all because a lot of times it's not that case. So it's really important that we share stories, sharing resources and education. That's crucial, especially when you're educating about substance abuse, right, or prevention on substance abuse. But it's always hard to identify what that looks like, right? And I'm sure you get a lot of questions on that.
Yeah, sharing your stories, the education, sharing the information, because you can prevent something if you don't know that that something is there or that that risk is there. What I love about prevention is that we can bring all this information to members in our community who don't have access to get that information. They don't have the technology or the time because they have to be working, day and night to be able to research on okay, well, I saw that there's electronic cigarettes now, or that there's people dying of fentanyl overdoses. Maybe that could affect me or my family. I should try to prevent something.
And it kind of comes down to transparency and accessibility of those resources, which is why I think the work that you are doing is really important, is reaching out to the community and educating them on what they may or may not know. Because we don't know what we don't know. And at the end of the day, if there's a cycle that starts and you're in the cycle, and if you're not aware that you're in it, it's hard for you to come out of it. And I think that's when folks get into a lot of trouble, is when that cycle continues on for generations. And that's where resources come in handy, and storytelling as well, especially if you're out there and sharing your story and what you're hearing out in the community as well. That's huge. On October 1st, we celebrate National Latino Physician Day, and their slogan that they publicize is 6% is not enough. And so that speaks to the 6% of physicians that identify as Latino. So there is a disparity because only out of the 6%, only 2.4 identify as Latina. I am gonna start medical school. My goal is to become a doctor while also inspiring the next generation of physicians. And for me, that's one of my motivating factors is sharing my background, right? I grew up here in Oxnard. I went to school in the state of Washington, but I came back after college to work and volunteer out in this community to give back and to be that inspiration for young folks to say, if she can do it, I can do it.